Welcome back for another episode. Not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised to see you here. Wait, another new episode already? You know we treat you good. All right, welcome to episode 4 of the ALTcast. I clearly have still not figured out the mask acne situation, but we're getting there. Man, nothing like these at-home Zoom living working conditions to really... You know who must be having a great time? Anyone whose fetish is for double chins. This must be your porn paradise. Congratulations. All right, let's jump into it. I think we're... All right, cool.
Oh, there it is.
I found the button with the red button.
1. And 3. Oh, what is the
Yeah.
what?
You didn't say 2 or 1.
Oh,
Not supposed to say 2 or 1.
Well, why not? You just don't.
Hi, we're the ALTcast, the last people on Earth making Wayne's World references. How are you today? Oh my God!
Mike Myers doesn't pay us.
Yeah, so he doesn't. I wish he would. Dang.
And it's the choice of a new generation. No.
I don't get why people have to sell out for money like that, man.
Found sponsors. I can't see it because the manatee is blocking it.
Oh, there it is. Sponsored by.
I like that.
Games.
The manatees. That would be an awesome sports name. I think you could just kind of get away. It's like if it's all just like pudgy dudes. What like what sport could we have that's like just? I think bowling. Is there a bowling you could say or the badminton? Yeah.
Badminton.
The fighting manatee.
I think it would make too much sense to make curling.
Oh,
a manatee.
Too much work.
Oh.
It's too much work. It's too much of the.
Yeah.
We should
in my head, I feel like a manatee gliding.
I feel like that would be a fantasy football team name, the Manatees, just because like it's just armchair quarterbacking.
Yeah.
Could be a new rugby team because there is no such thing as a small rugby guy. You could be a manatee and be like, yeah, just a bunch of dudes running down the field, man. Like,
yeah, but they're all built like brick shit houses. They're just like, there's no manatee about a rugby player. They are rhinoceroses. They are anything that they're those pit bulls that show up every now and then on your Twitter feed where you're like, look at this guy, what the fuck? Like it's just that burly looking dog. That is a rugby player.
That's a rugby player.
Pure ripped.
Brick shit house.
Oh man.
So it doesn't blow over in the high winds, and then you just got shit smeared on the barn. Brick shit house.
Brick shit house. Okay, so wait.
Well, sports teams' names. You've seen like my favorite new one. I went and I actually bought a hat from this. I was so excited, and I thought it was so hilarious. The new NHL team for Seattle.
Oh,
the Kraken.
Oh,
it's a whole like release the Kraken. It's like a tentacle.
That's actually pretty legit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it, but at the same time, it's ridiculous. So I'm like, I'm just curious to see how the whole thing's gonna go out.
Well,
whoever at some point there will be at least some like group of super serious fans that make the paper mache like arm. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And then
and it'll go clear
like
across the section that they purchased out.
And then
they'll all have like
just throw it back
like
and
those
forth.
Chinese like the Chinese dragons, like where they all do that and
exactly,
the waves. Dude, hire us for the marketing team, Seattle.
No,
we're here for you.
Somebody needs to get with the Clash of the Titans, the 1980 something movie Clash of the Titans, and you get that crap. The stop animation, stop motion.
Yeah.
That's
the Clockwork
Kraken.
Owl. Yeah.
Yep.
I think we're onto something.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy that was in Taken movies? What's his name?
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, when he does the whole release the Kraken. Yeah.
Yeah, he should do that.
Yeah, that's
team comes out. Like he comes on a red carpet on the ice and he's like, release the Kraken, and then all the hockey players come out, all dispersed. That'd be
hell yeah.
Actually,
got to imagine that it's all going to be based
to the marketing
on crazy.
team. that one needs to be the one that they go with, because if they ask Bill Nye, Disney would charge too much to have him come out and let no joyful voice be heard. Release the Kraken.
Only if he came out in full CGI makeup. Like if they were able to do that for
Oh
real.
my god!
Just to have that.
No, he comes out in the green unitard with the ping pong balls on,
with a
right?
mocap, so that if you look at the jumbotron, it'll look like
they tell everybody.
But down on the floor, it's just some dude in a unitard.
Yeah. Instead of please put on your 3D glasses now, it's please look up at the jumbotron now. And just for that, and then release the Kraken. And then,
let's all go to the
and then
hockey.
The video plays. Yeah.
Let's all go to the hockey.
Please look at the ice now.
Yeah.
Drunk
Ladies
dudes
and
on
gentlemen.
I just can't wait. Like at some point, somebody out there is going to mess with things, and it's all because it's all tentacle themed. It's like at some point it's going to be like it's hentai night at NHL Kraken hockey.
There.
I
had to go there.
first,
It had to happen. It had to happen.
If we were going to title this episode as the marketing pitch video for the team, I was actually going to put a half step in between going from Release the Kraken to the hentai thing, like in between. Those augmented reality, I think that would actually legit be a good thing to do on the floor of the ice. You know how like the ice will crack and fall away, right? And then
and then the thing comes out.
That'd be
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Well, you took my horrible thing and you turned it into something legitimate, and I like that. It's an interesting way to go.
Right there.
We'll put a pin in the hentai, and then we'll come back and we'll do this real one for a second. Okay. I dig it.
Welcome. It's a La Blue Girl.
Oh, now you're dropping names. All right, we all just learned something about 720.
From a friend.
I heard.
I don't know how this showed up in my Crunchyroll suggested feed, but
this. Let me date myself. So one day somebody gave me a VCD.
Yeah, I think we all dated ourselves if we watched. That was a good date with ourselves when we watched.
Somebody gave me a VCD and said, "Donald, you should watch this." Okay, what is this? Oh God, yeah, Back when VCDs and all that. Before we could burn a DVD.
Is that something you could catch? I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't pass those around. VCDs are
well, I mean, you do. You try not to. Like you should
try not to anymore. Yeah.
Like, look, before this goes any farther, I need you to know, I have a VCD.
Yeah. It was in a case. It was protected. We were protected the whole time.
Work around it.
Yeah, we were the work.
The reach around? What was that?
Wait, what?
We'll reach around it. What?
Nice to see you guys again. Right on.
At the
ALTcast After Dark.
Okay. So now, not only are we sending this to Seattle, we're also sending this to Academy of Arts to
very much
do the marketing for there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Oh my God. Alt After Dark. Oh, don't know. They ain't ready for that. Alt After Dark.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, I guess we should do the check-in. How's everybody doing? What's going on with you? 720. We start with you.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'm just calling on kids in the class.
So far, same thing. Still working from home. Luckily, still have a job. So as soon as school goes back in, we can kind of go back and continue our jobs right now. But we're still working with the DOE and Department of Health, and how the news already. You guys see how that's going. So we're trying to follow them.
Language, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, that lady is the most popular lady now, by the way. But and so we're doing that. So I'm doing a lot of things around the house. And I admit I should be practicing more DJing. I'm not gonna lie, but I've been playing a lot of video games lately, and I need to stop.
Dude, what do you play? What do you play? Because I am all in on that. I am 40 years old. I am rediscovering video games. Let's do this.
So right now, currently, I went back, started playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
There you go.
Been playing a lot of car games, so Car X, Drift Racing, Need for Speed, Need for Speed Heat. What else have I done?
Wow.
And then on my PC, I found the GTA 5 mod called 5M. So it's taking GTA and literally you can strip it down and do anything you want. So imagine the world of GTA, but all for cars, basically.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've been doing a lot of that lately, and then wait till my wife gets home and get yelled at about why you're not doing anything else but playing video games. So
wait.
how that goes.
Is that mod thing on the PC the same one where you can like reskin the your main character so that it's I saw one with John Cena and then he was running around doing stuff and everyone commenting like
John Cena, don't lie.
Yeah. No, they were just saying it was just a pair of jorts
just
with
running
shoes
around.
running
and
around.
A jersey for nothing. Like
nothing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can do you can do all kinds of crazy mods for it. It's a dedicated server, so it's not even attached to Rockstar or anything. It's like something independent.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like Game Genie. It's kind of like Game Genie.
Kind of like Game Genie, but on crack. Basically.
Game Genie.
It's Game Genie on crack. It's the Codemaster,
Yes.
that you should have had back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Scrambler. Code breaker. Yeah. That's what it's better than a scrambler. Trust me. So so other than that, really just been working from home, practicing and trying to keep in touch with everybody, make sure everybody's doing all right too.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Definitely. Yeah. So that's about it.
All right, Sean, what you up to?
Man, nothing. Every Sundays I do the live stream down at my friend's house in North Shore.
Oh wow!
Just practicing a lot, just writing new tunes. Watching, my wife and I have been binge watching some DVR old school Magnum PI.
That is my favorite show in existence.
Tom
old school
Selleck.
Magnum. I love the new Magnum, but old school is one of my favorite shows of all time. It is so good.
Shorts. I never knew that Tom Selleck wore short shorts. You can almost see. I don't know if I say this word, but his olos.
Yeah.
You can almost see it, and it's like right there, and you're like, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, we're on season. We did from season 5 to 8 because we had to wait for season 1 to DVR. So now we're on like season 2.
By season 5 and 8, the OP corduroys are already like right at
the Ocean Pacific. Wow.
Yeah, right. That's where like he can walk like waist high water, and the shorts are still dry kind, right?
Oh yeah.
Back in the days, very, very terrific. But other than that, my dudes, nothing really happening. I mean, can't really go out. Staying home. Yeah. Like I said, playing video games. My son's playing the Slime Rancher on Xbox One.
Okay.
He just goes around with a gun and catches little slime balls or whatever. I've been playing my Nintendo Classic. Hey, I wanted to ask one of you nerds. Do you know? Sorry. Do you know how to put?
He says it out of love.
Yeah.
We're all nerds. We're all nerds. Do you know how to put the games on top of the mini NES Classic? All right.
Yeah. You got to hit me up, bro. I got you.
Breaking some quarantine right here.
Yeah. So I got the NES and a Super NES, a little mini. So I'm like,
okay.
Man, so like I would love to, that'd be awesome.
Expand the library, basically.
Yes.
Don't trust me. You can. Let me tell you, it is. Not to jack Sean's thing, but let's just say that I have my friend does the PA. He did the little mini PS ones, right? And so he did the little mini PS ones, and we let's just say there's about 1,000+ games on that thing, from across the library. I was like, okay. And then I found out you don't even need the box anyway. You can do it on your computer.
Oh.
Yeah. So so anybody watching this ALTcast right now, I'm not promoting it. Do not do it. You can't get in trouble, blah 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 blah, and all that FBI
but
stuff.
But if you are that dying for Hudson's Adventure Island,
yes.
720 knows a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. You want to get that original Battletoads NES?
Yep.
The unbeatable. Yes.
Yeah.
RC Pro-Am Silver
RC
Surfer,
Pro-Am,
whatever.
you know,
Oh god.
we got those.
Frustrating.
I'm not
Even
sure
also-
if it's on the classic, but there's that old 8-bit Super Dodgeball. You guys remember that, where you had it's like you would choose a team based on a country, and it was all real, like,
Yeah.
and basically it was like the U.S. and Russia were fantastic, and everybody else was junk.
It's just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I didn't know
played
Dodgeball was
so
based
much
off
of
of a
that
video
game.
game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty
Those,
crazy to think about how the history goes for that.
yeah. I even had this one called Super Spike
Not
V-Ball.
dodgeball. I meant
Was it V-Ball? Volleyball?
I think it was volleyball. So
Yeah,
I keep calling it Super Dodgeball because you never tried to score points. You just tried to hit the other dude.
Hit the guy. I had
But
that game.
my
the
bad.
Super Spike. Yeah, Super Spike Volleyball. It's like a 2-on-2. Yeah, that all you just do is super spike a guy, and then win. That was crazy. Good times though. Good times.
Excellent.
Yep.
Endo, what are you up to?
I would like to actually redirect the first portion of the answer to that question to a follow-up question to Shawn. Have you trimmed your beard at all, or is that that's just keeps going?
No, I haven't trimmed. I only do over here.
Right. Okay.
There and in the middle, because nobody likes
the
a
middle, yeah.
unibrow. And then
Yeah.
I
The
trim the
mohawk,
side
right?
The
here,
mohawk.
Grief.
Sure.
But I haven't trimmed.
I wish I could pull that off.
Underneath here,
Yeah, I
and
can't.
I just let it go, and it's
I'm actually looking forward to the day when we cannot see. I love the puka shells, but I'm looking forward to the day when it covers.
Oh,
You use any products? Any like beard grooming?
I use this thing my grandpa used to use back in the day. It's like
Pomade. You get the pomade, boy.
That's exactly the green.
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
Yep.
nice.
So like I put it on there, it smells good, and it kind of keeps it, kind of uniform, whatever. Because when I wake up in the mornings, it's just all
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I look like, hey, you want some gas?
Yeah.
You kind of got that like dog in a cone look when you do that.
Yeah.
So I put that on top of the mohawk and stuff and whatever. So it works pretty good. But usually it just it just stays up and looking pretty rooster like, red rooster.
Yeah. Oh, Red Rooster.
I
Terry Taylor. Okay. Shout out to Terry Taylor.
Instead of gas, I thought you were gonna go, hey, you like go luau, but
I don't have Kololo though. I don't have Kololo on top of the whole head.
Yeah, you never suck on somebody's cufflinks. Yeah, right. I understand.
Look at the guy, the drummer from Pepper.
Oh.
Ashes.
Okay, curiosity satisfied because
There you go.
This
There
is
it is.
for
No
me.
problem,
This is
dude.
quite
No, you've been dreaming about it.
I know everybody's like, we can never get that luscious.
conscious.
No.
Yeah, this is quite a conscious effort
and I've
to do this.
got too much of a patch showing up to do anything interesting with the hair, so it's like I got the beard down to about here once, and then I got a job, and they were like, "Hey, you mind trimming that?" I'm like, all right.
Getting old, though. You can see.
That's all right. That's distinguished.
That's the Richard Reeves right there.
It's the distinguished.
It's on the side. It's on the.
Just a racing stripe.
Ladies love it. And when I say ladies, like old school ladies, like 70s, 80s. Oh, you look like my grandson. Yeah, like come inside and oof. I'm like, whoa.
Whoa.
And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Oh
I
man.
got time to kill before the ALTcast.
Hey, shit, why not? That's why I came back.
I
from
told
North
him I'd be
Shore,
about 15 minutes late. I'm good.
Yeah, it's okay. Because I was always North Shore doing my podcast. You know what I mean?
Podcast.
Getting girls pregnant.
Look,
So just working, and that's pretty much it. Kind of been missing just like radio stuff, although I know that's obviously not like the toppest priority.
This is actually about to drift into
industry.
us all just being really sad and wishing.
Yeah, kind of,
man.
sort of. I mean,
all
like,
I want in this world is a microphone and an audience who has no choice. That's just really.
yeah. This just in: local former DJ spotted stealing radio buttons out of cars to allegedly rob them of choice. This coming up next on the 6 o'clock news.
Nice. We're all gonna move to something else after this. We're all gonna end up in TV watch.
There was one of the things I was really looking forward to, actually, that before the first lockdown portion of the 2 weeks happened, and then now the current second one is actually pushing it back further. There's like a rallycross that I was looking forward to doing, which is like basically kind of like run what you brung kind of thing, but instead of just going to a quarter mile and going straight, this one's all kind of in the dirt, and so you kind of throw your car around and stuff like that.
Nice.
Dirt racing, basically.
Nice.
So they're supposed to have those, and obviously that got kind of pushed back, some little bumps because it's kind of driving you don't normally do. So
what was that going to be at?
Kualoa, and the next one that is the second one that is currently in danger is October's one, which is going to be at Coral Creek in Eva Beach.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but hopefully things will ease up, and again, like we were talking about earlier, we don't expect the with the way that the virus is going, that magically everything's open back to normal at once, but kind of just the way they had it earlier, where they're kind of gradually opening things up, where it's like, hey, okay, you can gather in groups of 10, cool, next step is, okay, groups of whatever it is, like 20 indoors and 100 outdoors, like that kind of thing would be great, but I guess like as of today was still only 100
something, still triple digits.
Teens. Triple digits, but definitely under 200. So I mean, good job anybody who's watching, and in the future, hopefully you're still watching this.
Please do.
It's gonna go into the thousands per day, so
all right.
That was my fault when I hit the thousands. I'm sorry, I caused all the thousands. My mind
kept cheering us on
Hawaii. I was cheering on Hawaii to get to 1,000, and it did.
So I remember that. Yeah.
Anybody watching, I didn't mean to call it. I didn't.
I thought you were going to say there was too many of those 70-year-old ladies that you ended up, having steamy rendezvous with, and that's what was causing the super spreading.
Well, I've been known to cuddle a rug in my
Shawn himself is a bit of a super spreader.
I was about to say, redefining that term. Shawn Garnett.
Not just my seed, but my speed.
And that's where we've now gone into the past PG-13 rating for this
of course.
Sure.
So, we started. We went past that at the Kraken, so I think we're good. The Kraken already started that.
So are you honestly? Since I really can't do anything. I mean, I'm just stuck at home, and that's fine. Do you guys ever just do the whole like, I really wish I could do something, like I miss going out so much that you invent reasons to go to the grocery store?
Time out. We need to back up. We didn't get to what you're doing, Matt. Because one of the things that obviously
that's just it. That's kind of okay. I'll start with
just been on TV.
And, I haven't done it. No, I do. I work from home, and some news stations picked up a story that had me in a call much like this, where I'm just here. They see me, and I was just like, and I realized that in that whole video is me just like. I was trying to be comfortable. It's like I'm like super laid back. It was this nice presentation that I was supposed to be hosting, but I was so busy trying to make sure that the technical aspects of it, because I was controlling the whole meeting, I was recording it, I was I was doing the presentation, and I'm making sure all the things are going on, that I was like I just was trying to be comfortable for that whole thing. And then I watched it later, and I basically look like I'm like Al Bundy in here. I felt so. Oh God, that was not the best, but hey, it wasn't that bad. I'm okay with it.
That was cool.
It was a lot of working a lot of working from home. I have been playing video games. I would go back and do more like the car stuff, but honestly, the car video games, the only ones I've done are Mario Kart and Crazy Taxi.
Oh my God.
Remember Crazy Taxi?
Yeah.
That had the best soundtrack. It was like, I need to hear several obscure songs from Offspring. Let's play Crazy Taxi.
Why not? Yeah.
I loved that game.
Yeah.
But no, actually, I'm a ride or die for Overwatch still. I love that game. Just as a FPS. But recently I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. Everyone says that the people are toxic and everything sucks, but I love the character design. It looked really interesting, so I started playing League of Legends.
Oh,
I jumped into that, and
I
dig it. I dig it. And yes, a lot of the people are absolute crap, but it is a fun game, and I enjoy it. So I've been doing a lot of that. And then, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I guess if, you are playing a game, yes, the other player interaction is part of it. But, as long as you're enjoying the other aspects,
basically.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
No, I've been trying to go on a bunch of movie and TV watching sprees.
Oh, yes.
Like, okay, I went through and I don't know why, but I started to go on like this kick of like 80s Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Like I was all like Bloodsport, let's do it. Kickboxer, let's do it. Then I got into
surrender.
And then I got it like super, like what was it? Double Impact.
Oh, yes.
It's like all these movies where when I first saw it, like as like a 13-year-old or whatever, where you're like, this is badass, and he's fighting. Boobies. Now he's fighting again.
Yeah.
They were like the height of cinema, and you go back and watch him now, and you're just like,
yeah, he wasn't
okay.
He could,
he was awesome. Don't get me wrong, they were awesome, but you were like, man, every single person in this just chewed the shit out of the scenery, didn't they? Like that was just like, they weren't actors, they were actors, and they had something to say. So that decided I would go through my full Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bogus Journey, and I splurged. I bought it. Bill and Ted 3.
Okay. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Before we go any further.
Yes.
Can I find the first two on some sort of streaming platform? I just realized I haven't watched the third. My wife and then we sometimes, will like, share accounts with her sister and the brother-in-law. And so the brother-in-law,
for everyone listening in,
that
is Endo, who is clearly breaking the terms of agreement for Netflix. And
no, we're sharing accounts, meaning so we have Plus, they have Netflix, and so if I'm trying to find out if I need to go bum a different service from somebody,
you can sign up. There's a couple different ways to do it. I believe you can watch it on maybe even on YouTube, but there's like several different things where you can watch the movie with ads. So it's like watching it on TV. So that's the thing. I don't know if it's on Crackle. I think I watched it on the NBC app. I think that's what it was. And all you had to do is be like, hey, who's your cable provider? So I was like, Spectrum. They're like, sign into your Spectrum account. So I did, and they're like, cool, here's Bill and Ted.
Or like, I don't know if you want to, spend money, but for 3 movies, the Bill and Ted movies, it's like $30, $34 for all 3 of them. And
I would have done that. Cool. That's on iTunes, right? On Apple TV?
iTunes. Amazon Prime, pretty good too.
Yeah. I forget what it is on Prime. It's like $5 or something like that.
$4.99. Minor.
Yeah. So it's really easy to do. So that's I spent a day last week watching Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. It was like 10 at night. I'm like, screw it, we're in it. 3, boom. 10 o'clock is a great time to make internet purchases, and so I just went for it, and I really enjoyed the third movie.
Cool.
Because there's,
good to hear.
I won't spoil it for everybody, but once you see it, I would definitely be interested in talking about it, because there are a lot of people that are like, I love this. This speaks to me. This is everything about X, Y, and Z that I absolutely love. And there are a lot of people like, this is a wild disappointment. And I am very much on the side of, I really enjoyed the movie because I thought it kept the spirit of the first 2 really well.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But I understand the people that say it's a disappointment, and I think I know why. I won't bring it up here because if I go into it, it'll give it away.
Yeah, spoiler.
So when you watch it, then we'll go back and talk about it. But
Sounds good.
All I'm gonna say is they keep the Missy joke running. That's hilarious. The Missy joke keeps on giving.
Nice.
That was funny, and they give a little tribute to what's his name?
George Carlin.
George Carlin. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's nice awesome. Little thing. They
One
give
of
nice
the greats in all human history, George Carlin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
The coolest thing was that the coolest actor I ever met was William Sadler, who played Death.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I played when I was playing gigs. Yeah. I played Roy's
Yesteryear.
Yeah, Yesteryear. Beach House down North Shore, and some 5-0 fan brought him to watch play. So like I was like, this is a guy that I grew up on, like a teenager. This is Death. This is the guy from Rocket. With Harlan Williams.
Right.
Damn straight,
Rocket Man.
He did so good at it. Damn straight.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, I was getting like chicken skin. I was like, I'm talking to Death.
Yeah.
And I was.
You may be a king or a little street sweeper, but sooner or later, you dance with the Reaper.
Oh, hey, your shoes are untied, huh? Melvin.
I Melvined him.
I'm Melvin.
God, so good. Like, do not think that you. Well, okay, this is as much as I will say. Do not think that just because this movie is coming out made in 2019 and put out 2020 or whatever like that, you are getting some edgy reboot or modern sensibility. It's like, no, you're getting Bill and Ted. And it is modern in its sensibility, but it's Bill and Ted. It's not like we've gone grim dark. None of that crap. None of that crap.
Big enough where they start where they left off,
Basically, cool. Basically, yeah.
That's nice.
And Sadler's so funny in it. He's still so good as Death. He's still so good.
Yeah.
But on that, he's been in a lot of stuff, right? Like there's something that I'm thinking of him in, obviously not in Bill and Ted's, but like that.
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yes.
He was in I think they come back, like Stephen King stuff. Rocket Man, Death. Jeez. What was that? Oh yeah, he played the Danny Five. Man, there's been a bunch of stuff he's done, but he was an awesome dude.
That's cool. I'm glad. It's always cool whenever you hear that a celebrity that you think is awesome actually is awesome in real life.
Right. It is awesome. That is cool.
Yeah.
Other celebrities that I think look super awesome, and just to go on this whole like 80s binge that I seem to have kicked off on, I did the full. My girlfriend and I went through the full 4-movie Karate Kid run.
Yes.
And then
4? You did the last one too? Oh,
fuck yeah, man.
You got to.
Julie Pierce is coming to Cobra Kai. I want it to happen because that's the other thing. We watched both seasons of Cobra Kai.
Hell yes.
That show is
thank you.
So good.
Yes.
So good. Like all I did was post something. I was like, hey everybody, just want to let you know I'm gonna put a lot of energy into being a Cobra Kai fan now, like totally as a joke. It is my most liked and commented post from this entire year. I'm like, man, I suck at social media, clearly. I had people that I grew up with call me up and be like, hey man, what's going on, blah blah blah, shoot the shit for a little while, and then they're like, so Cobra Kai, really? I watched like the first 15 minutes of it, and it just like it didn't grab me, and I was like, really? Why? And he's like, he said like Johnny says a couple things where it just be like, oh man, is this just gonna be some movie where they keep making Johnny look like an idiot and he says like racially stupid stuff? And I was like,
hell no,
no, like that, like no, just you've got to watch it. Like give it a full couple of episodes, and you will see that like every single character on that flawlessly swings from being villain to hero,
back and forth,
and it does not matter who it is. Does not matter. Every single person. I'm not gonna from loving to hating to loving to hating, and
it's like what's his name from what is that? How I Met Your Mother, Barney.
Yeah,
Barney wrote the first season.
Yeah,
Barney wrote that first season. You know what I mean? He's like, nah, Johnny from Cobra Kai is the real Karate Kid.
He's the
and you're
real
like,
Karate Kid.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, yeah, basically. After you
And
watch that first season.
It's so good. So and it's like, and so we've gone on this tear of seeing things like interviews with William Zabka.
Yeah.
That dude seems so cool. Like I want to just like sit, I just want to like shake his hand and be like, thank you, you're awesome, thank you for awesome stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Side tangent that could potentially spin off in a different direction. So you mean to tell me that the guys who are writing Cobra Kai actually need to get hired at WWE, because that's what wrestling stories should be, but it clearly is not over there anymore. But anyway, sorry, we can pause that. I know that's a deep channel that we can run off of. But sorry, back to the 80s runs.
Yes.
No. Yes. But yeah, Cobra Kai, first 2 seasons, like you just watch that, you get pulled in. I don't know how you don't, but
and I have people come to me like, look for the recommendation and then leave and then come back and they're like, this is a really interesting mix of camp and serious. And I'm like, that's what I love about it. And they're like, okay, I get it. It's
crazy.
It has to hit you just right and at the right time or something, but it worked for me 100%.
Yeah.
And
I watched,
go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude, but I watched, my wife and I watched Cobra Kai before it came out on Netflix.
On YouTube,
it came out on YouTube Red or
YouTube
Red.
Yeah.
Is the RedTube a porno thing? Never mind.
I don't know, Sean.
We don't know. Sorry.
Sean just ruined
Ask 720. He knows those things.
No. I heard a friend gave me a VCD.
I don't wear protection. But they had put it on the thing. You had to pay for it for like a month.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And then it came on whatever, and like Mark was like, "How come everybody just talking about Cobra Kai? It's on Netflix. Like, everybody should be talking about it." And like now it's on Netflix, and
it took everybody by storm now.
Yeah,
everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Like the coolest thing ever. Like,
it's a shame because there were so many times where I kept seeing the commercial for it. I was like, I want to watch that so much, but I could not. Whatever YouTube Red cost, it was was Cobra Kai, which looked phenomenal. And then it was like a bunch of, here's YouTube creators that are not actors, but kind of funny, trying to do scripted stuff. And I'm like, dude, if I want to see this level of acting and this level of humor, I feel like I could and should watch like Disney Channel or Nickelodeon for one of their tween-age shows. Like, no.
No. I was just going to say regular YouTube, but yeah, sure, that too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I was like, I just can't bring myself to do it. And then they're like, it's on Netflix. I was like, first in the queue.
Yeah.
It's so good. I am 100% believing, because I of course I had to go on that tear of reading stuff about it. They said anybody who appears in the Miyagi-verse, which is now one of my favorite fandoms.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Anyone who appears in the Miyagi-verse is a potential to come to the show.
Chosen.
Because they
Chosen.
They're like, we're not going to rule anything out. It's like, we don't have anything in the works, but we might not have anything in the works, but we're not going to rule anything out.
Hold up.
I want
you
Chosen.
Come here, Miyagi.
Yeah.
You come to be
coward. You coward.
If Sato is still alive, I want to see him on. Oh man.
Oh no.
Yes.
Sorry. Well, Mr. Kamikona, he passed away.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Great. That was like, but remember, in Okinawa, honor has no time. There is no time limit on honor.
Yes.
We could have like a ghost fight.
Yes. No, but Chosen and Daniel's son could still beef it out. Remember?
Yep.
I would be very interested to see what happens to Chosen. I wonder, like, if Kumiko ever had any, like, if she comes back.
Well, the thing is with Chosen, he'd have to take some time off from his family, or maybe just send Johnny to go snowboard some more, and then he could actually leave to shoot the scenes.
Well, Grandpa from Mortal Kombat could actually.
Yes.
It has begun, Johnny Tsunami.
Hashtag Chipono.
Chipono.
By the way, if you're not actually looking at this, I'm the last person that should have ever said that.
Chipono.
Actually, if you're looking at it, I think I'm the last person who's ever said that. But
no.
You
if
could
you're
be
not
a close
looking
second.
At it, if you're just,
okay.
Chipono. All right.
Chiappino. What is Chiappino?
Chiappino.
That's the one you put the seeds on top, and then the plant
thing
grow out of the
grow
top of the head.
But yeah, I would love to see that. I want to see Terry Silver come back.
Oh yeah.
I want to know if Mike Barnes is going to come back.
Yeah,
that guy was just an asshole. Okay, theoretically though, Kreese got. Oh wait, have you guys seen all three?
Yeah, I have.
No.
Seasons?
Sorry, no.
Okay.
Endo.
Never mind.
But
obviously there is a way for what's his name? Terry.
Well, Terry Silvers.
Yeah. Terry Silver to come back.
Terry Silvers can come back.
Terry Silvers can come back. Who knows about Mike Barnes? But Julie Pierce would be interesting.
Yeah.
That would actually be interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny because since I watched them all so close together, I was watching like a lot of the elder villagers from Karate Kid 2. If you watch the next Karate Kid, they're the same guys who played the monks that they went and visited. And I was like,
oh, really?
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
There's a couple of them that you're like, well, wait a minute.
Hey, we talked to you guys. Hey, why don't you come?
Yeah.
I felt that way about the old school Magnum PI. Like we've been watching like like Moki Ale, like awesome, Hawaiian artists, from back in the day. Like he would play like just random bad guys, and then you have different names. I'm like, didn't we see Uncle Mo? Didn't we see about a Moki? Oh no! Oh, there he is again. Like they just repeat everybody. Like
there's so much great stuff that came from that. Every time they would go to a nightclub and they would give it some freaky name, it'd be like, oh yeah, they're at Tijuana, Tokyo, or whatever the place is called. And you're like, Tokyo, Tijuana, something like that. And then they'd go into it and it was like pretty clearly like, what was it? It was called the Play Bar, but before that, it was
Scruples.
Yeah. They had that table dedicated to them, right?
Yeah.
If you went to the old Scruples, they actually had the Magnum table.
Yep.
So
and side note for that, the same light up dance floor is still at Play Bar.
Whoa.
Still there. The same.
We should do a podcast there.
Oh my goodness.
Hells yeah.
Woo.
There was this one great one. I remember watching that. Like I'd only been here a year or two, and I came out because I was a student at HPU, and one of the campuses for HPU is right downtown here, right? And so I'm watching one of those episodes, and Magnum's talking about a case he was on. He's like, I'm supposed to find a princess for something or not, like Tahitian princess or something like that. He's like, you know where I found her? Some hooch bar on Hotel Street. And I was like, that's where I go to school. I go to school near a hooch bar on Hotel Street. And I was like, I was so happy. Because then there's later on, there's a scene with, in another episode where I guess Higgins was in has some kind of mental snap or something. And Magnum goes to get him from the hospital or something like that. And he's in a wheelchair and Magnum straight up pushes him down this hill. And it's this huge steep hill of grass. And that's the HPU Windward campus. And I was like, that's where I went to school. I went to school in the asylum or wherever the hell that place is, the medical ward.
Oh, that's funny.
I love that show so much.
Awesome.
I did this whole watch through in 2014 or 2015. It was when I was going through part of my chemo stuff. So I had nothing to do but sit there and watch old TV shows. And one of the stations, one of the obscure cable stations would just play 4 hours of Magnum a day in order. So I just sit down every day and record them and start watching all that stuff. And I did a running Twitter commentary because it was like at one point he works with a radio DJ and she's on 102.7. Oh. And I started posting. So I was like, the funniest part about him working at a radio station is that the DJ is live.
Oh yeah.
And then there's one where it's like, we can get back to that in a little bit. And then there was a whole it was like 1985 or whatever the year was. Magnum invents the selfie. He has one of those gigantic cameras that you use to take pictures from a mile away when you want to catch a husband cheating on his wife or whatever like that. And he's just really bored, and all of a sudden he just goes, click, 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 and he's like, Magnum invents selfies. Like,
where did you guys park when you guys you worked at the radio? Did you guys park at Ocean It?
Yeah, I usually park next door after 4:30 to get the cheap parking.
You know the entrance to Oceanit that has like the bushes and the cage?
Yeah.
Well, we were watching an episode of Magnum, and I had to pause it, and I was like, "Babe, that's 4th Street Mall. That's where I used to park. That's where I used to park Oceanit." She's like, "Okay, can you press play, please?" All right. Well, okay, thank you for just pooping on my dreams.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was.
Oh my God.
It was the same over there.
And I don't know why, but that show had it. Like I can watch the new 5-0 and I can watch the new Magnum, and I love them. I love them both dearly, but I don't get quite as, oh my God, it's that place. Like not quite as much. Or if you watch Lost, it's like I actually got to be in the background of a couple of those scenes. But I was like, I loved it, but I wasn't like, oh my God, there it is. It was just,
Magnum,
for some reason though, Magnum, because it was as crazy as that show was, for some reason when they would be on location, like it would be like, yeah, this is where we are, and you could just like be there, like see it and have it be like, oh, cool.
I think the other thing too is the fact that it's a snapshot of time of Hawaii too, though. That's why.
Oh yeah.
I would imagine I don't know, decades later, somebody's going to do the same thing about Lost or New Mag. As things change.
The 5-0.
I remember that place.
5-0 reboot.
Oh, wow, that
and
place
all
kind of looks
that.
the same.
Yeah.
One thing about 5-0 is like, growing up, you take advantage or take for granted, like, about living in Hawaii. You're just like, oh, okay, I live in Hawaii, whatever. When you get older, you're like, man, I live in one of the most beautiful places in the whole world. And 5-0 does that to you. You're watching and you're like, man, this is the only show that can make the Alawai Canal look nice so beautiful.
Yeah.
When the sun is glistening on top of that doodoo infested water right over there, right in the middle.
Just look at that rainbow of colors that in the oil streaks there. God, it's so gorgeous.
How's that hella blue filter?
You can almost see the turquoise color just protruding off the sun onto a rainbow. My God.
It just makes leptospirosis look so worth it,
I know. Oh, don't
the
forget,
mutant tilapia are really jumping today, and it's just just magic.
We gotta rotoscope the Hawaii dredging guys out of there, bro. You know what I mean? Erase them out. Can't have Hawaii dredging up in there. Yeah. Oh yeah, nice and nice. Look at that, bro.
That was always the thing with watching the new 5-0 is because I love that show so much, but I would sit there with
and not just because Shawn Garnett's sitting here.
No,
not because just cousin Flippo made the show.
Keep talking.
Yeah. We gotta keep those royalty checks coming in.
The most underrated character on the show.
Can we please get more Flipper?
Those $5, residual checks.
Hey man.
When they need some Funyuns or something.
We're all going to hit it up and be dollar menunaires on you one day, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dollar menunaires.
Since we don't get the free McDonald's from being in radio anymore, we got to rely on Sean's
Oh my God. I miss those. Those are the best.
Honestly, that's one of the things that I miss the most is like, there would be times during the month where I'd be like, I can't get groceries. And then I'd reach in and they'd be like, the stack of McDonald's coupons. I'll be like,
I'm good
now
for the
all
week.
I need to do is find the one McDonald's location, and it would change that they don't read the part that says only one per visit, and I am eating.
For real, bro.
That
was the best part, getting those McDonald's cards.
By the way, the guys on Keomoku, ironically, were not super particular about the fact that the grilled chicken sandwich was not on the card, but they would still let it fly.
Nice.
That's
also helps when you hand the card. Well, it also helps when you hand the card and you just drive off before they actually be like, okay.
Whatever. Yep.
I did that once or twice. Where it was like, yeah, I got a coupon for a free whatever, and they're like, yeah, all right. What are you gonna do? It's like, no, I am the vanguard of McDonald's.
I know.
How dare you try and rip us?
I swear.
But no, I was. Go ahead.
No, because I was gonna say it's like growing up. I swear, okay, and this is. I love McDonald's. They're probably gonna they better not sue us because I got friends who used to work there, throughout high school, right? Only place where I know, I couldn't do it at my old job at Zippy's because Zippy's was cameras everywhere. But you could go to McDonald's. I order something for my friends. Next thing you know, you come out with a bag with more food, right? And I'm like, bro. He's like, nah, you good, go. I like, I only ordered a number one. I got like extra quarter pounder, some chicken McNuggets, up in there, 2 fries.
Not
I'm
for
like,
nothing, but do your friends still work there? Because I can.
I wish. Yeah. No. That was high.
Got a friend in McD.
And I would be like,
a friend, Mickey D's.
And so I would
Actually,
be like,
I will go with the Kanye for this one. Our friend hooked us up, plural. Fired a week later, the manager counting churros.
Oh, nice. So yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
That was the only restaurant I knew
Poopity
anybody
poop,
could.
poopity
Poopity poop, poopity scoop. Right? Because you couldn't do it. I wish I could do it. I could have done it at any other job, but nope. McDonald's always seems the one. Oh yeah, that's okay. You get an extra cheeseburger. Don't sweat it. Like, y'all making that much money, you can give away free burgers, and ain't nobody tripping at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This has honestly been the most effective McDonald's commercial I've heard in literally.
Exactly.
I kind of want a cheeseburger now.
There you
Not
go.
even kind of.
Yeah,
Not even kind of. I want like a full McDouble. Look, I'm not gonna even know. No, but I was saying
Travis
before
Scott
about
meal.
how
Travis
much
Scott meal. There you go.
how much I enjoyed watching the 5-0 stuff, because I would always turn to somebody who's like, this is insane. It would be like a plane crashes or lands on the Kalakaua or something like that. And you're like,
right.
Yeah, it is. I'm not watching this because I think it's a documentary. I'm watching it because it makes everything look amazing. I want to visit that Hawaii. I'd rather live in this Hawaii, but I want to visit that one because that's some crazy shit that happens in that one. And that is amazing. Look at that. And everything's fine in an hour.
Yeah.
What happened?
There was one where Flipper took out what was it, Masioka? He played Max.
Yeah.
He was Heroes. He had he had a son, so Flipper took out him for trick or treating.
I remember that one.
I remember that episode. Yeah.
Flipper was Elvis, right?
Yeah.
I was Fat Elvis, and then I was on the phone, and
the son disappeared. Yeah.
I was like, where is he? So I was watching the episode, and then he mysteriously came up in a park with the guy, the looking, the monster-looking guy, whatever.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, how did Flipper find him? Like, didn't anybody get mad at Flipper for losing a child? Like, nobody resolved that problem. My wife was like, "What about that? What happened?" I was like, "I don't know."
You know what? Comic Corner would handle him, bro. Behind the scenes, Comic Corner made him all right, bro. It's all good.
It's all good, but I no worry about
no one can be angry at Flipper. That was the whole.
That was what it was,
That's
bro.
the magic of the show.
They make love to Flipper. They don't get mad.
Yeah.
When Flipper messes up, ooh.
That's all right.
Now, if I could just get you on the stage at La Mariana, we'll be there with the dollar bills right in front.
Right there.
Oh, man.
Putting in all the good requests and everything on them.
What that ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're gonna dismiss the fact you blew up a lunch truck, and it's all good, And
a catamaran.
Yeah, I own a catamaran.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Nah.
I remember that with I remember the one where it was you and was it Masioka and who was the third person? When you got stranded on the beach.
That's the same one.
Yeah. That was a good one because it was all of a sudden it was like, all right, let me sing you a song, and everyone's like, oh shit, and I was like, yeah, because that's Shawn, you dumbass.
It was hilarious. That day was hilarious because we would be sleeping and then we're on Oahu and we see the two tourists and look, babe, natives, and we're over there. It's defeated, Oh man, I miss those days.
Smoke.
Can't do shit,
man.
Oh, man. But it's all good. It's all good. No, I've been watching a lot of like I said, I watched Airplane again. And let me tell you, as a kid, you kind of what? As an adult, oh, this movie would never get made in 2020. Hell no. That movie was, oh God, I love that. I love Airplane, man. Airplane is so good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Very good.
I feel that way about UHF.
Oh yes.
That movie was
Weird Al.
Weird. I loved it.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Everything about that one. You get to drink from the fire hose.
Wow.
Yes.
If that came out today, there's some really, really ooh, the kind of okay.
Yeah.
Like you guys, like Raoul's Wild Kingdom. Like we're teaching poodles how to fly.
He just
Come
chucks
on.
the dog out the window. I figure it's like, what most people don't know about tortoises, they're nature's suction cups. You see that? Like, sorry, we just have a few notes. We don't think that should happen because children will emulate those actions.
And Airplane is like borderline. Like
a lot of it was borderline.
A lot of it.
Oh, like wow.
And after that, it stemmed to like Naked Gun, the Naked Gun series.
Yeah.
Or was that?
Oh yeah.
That was after Airplane or before?
Yeah.
After,
Leslie Nielsen. After.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
I love Leslie Nielsen.
You know.
And don't call me Shirley.
Shirley. Don't call me Shirley.
And when OJ was still socially acceptable.
Oh yeah, when OJ was still, you all want to be down with OJ back then, man. Yeah.
Hey, well, I think even in the moment you wanted to be down and on his side. Otherwise, things weren't looking too good for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Keep the man happy. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The glove don't fit, you can't convict. Johnny Cochran.
God bless. Oh. I think he was just here on this earth just to get OJ out.
Right, that was it. That was his only thing. He was tired. He was like, I'm good.
God was like, nope, OJ's not going to jail. He rushed for 1,050,000 million yards.
Yeah.
That was a good season.
Nobody knew where Johnny Cochran came from, grew up, or how he was created. He just showed up, boom, saved OJ, and he disappeared. Like, you don't hear about Johnny Cochran no more. Like, what the heck?
Just had a human mic drop. That's all that was.
You ever watch the video of the verdict and all that, and you see OJ, whatever they say, not guilty, and you see what Shapiro or his best friend, is it Shapiro?
I think so. Robert Shapiro.
That one or whatever. You see his face just like he's just like befuddled. It was like, he got not guilty. Wow.
Yeah.
Man,
that was even Kardashian too, right? Robert Kardashian.
Yeah,
David Robert
Schwimmer,
Kardashian.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a horrible confession. I have a horrible confession to make. I just learned yesterday, not 2 days ago, that I share a birthday with Kim Kardashian.
Hey.
She's born on October 21st.
Hey.
Still got.
But you know what? Who I do have is Dizzy Gillespie and Carrie Fisher.
Okay.
So I will hold on to those as being
that more
infinite.
than makes up for it. Yeah.
I feel like of the sun and the shadow, the sun shines a little higher because of Carrie Fisher and Dizzy Gillespie.
If this makes you feel any better. I got one.
There's a post that Shaz posted about, like, she reposted something about how your birthday, you're made up of the two people that also share a birthday. So wait, who do you have? 720?
Oh no, I was gonna say I share the same last name with somebody that we're not related, but you would think, right?
Oh, okay.
So I'll just say this, Boy George has the same last name as me. And I was like,
oh, I didn't know
that. Yep. I was like, wow, okay.
His full name is 720 George.
Yeah, 720 George, actually. Yeah.
Oh.
Boy George 720. Yeah. And I was like, wow. Wow. Because you like how, like, so my mom was doing one of those, track your lineage, do the whole tracking lineage and all that stuff. So she's like, one famous person actually shares our last name. And she said, Boy George. I was like, wait, what? It's like, okay. All right.
I don't know of anybody any celebrities that. Oh wait, no, that's not true. Actually, there's a kind of a
Orson.
Well, I actually didn't think of Orson. Yeah, that's Orson Welles. Yeah. There's also Dawn Wells.
Ah, yes.
Marianne from Gilligan's Island.
Yes.
What about the pitcher from New York? Something Wells. He plays baseball.
Oh,
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I know there's another Matthew Wells who plays some kind of sport and fucks up my Google search on my site.
Yeah, how inconsiderate of the guy.
That guy.
Right? How dare another Matthew Wells be anywhere near as famous as me and my low-level D local celebrity?
I think I have a cousin. He plays basketball. His name is Kevin Garnett.
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
Apparently, he's not Hawaiian. No, we're not related at all.
Oh, okay.
At all. No.
At all. Okay, so I just looked up some famous people who have shared my birthday. I actually have a pretty good list, actually.
Oh.
So top two. Top two.
Yeah, so top two would be Will Ferrell.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, Will Ferrell and Corey Feldman.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a dichotomy there. Yikes.
That's very different.
And for honorable mention, Barry Sanders. There you go.
There you go.
I'll just throw that in there. Yeah.
That's the guy. He went to go see the guy that was in love with Fate Yanagi, right? He went to go pick up his board.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had Ken Rizin underneath his bed.
Barry,
Santos. Is it Santos?
Barry Santos, yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong Barry. Okay.
Yeah, wrong Barry.
Not to be confused with the one that get the ukus, but
I get the Ken Rizin under my bed.
Yeah.
Don't worry, bro. You can't resin.
I don't know where I could have picked them up. You know what I mean? Maybe your girlfriend is one dog.
Oh boy.
Right on.
Oh
yeah.
Yep.
Back to the 80s.
No. I was actually going to go into the whole idea that I was brought up way back. Going to the grocery store is something to do, just for something to do.
Yeah.
I did that the other week. Like we did more or less need to go, but it was also just like, please just get me out of the house. We ended up at at Costco, and people will still do things at Costco that maybe they shouldn't, which is like when the display couches are out, they just kind of lounge around, and you're like, maybe not a good idea right now.
Yeah,
but because Costco is a marathon, not a sprint. So every now and then someone needs to sit down. I get that.
Yeah.
And I remember walking by, and I never made eye contact with them. But when you're looking around, like it kind of will look like you're making eye contact or looking at someone. And so I got one of those things where, dude was sitting on the couch, sitting on one of the couches, and he kind of does the whole. Which I'm cool with. Normally, like whenever that happens, that's totally fine. But I realize that now, because we all have to wear those masks, there's a very weird, like, you can't really, I don't know if anybody else does enough with their eyes, but I apparently don't. Like, smiling eyes don't look that different from what the fuck are you doing eyes. Like, they're both like this. And like this, like I kind of did that, and I tried to do the smile eyes, but all you could see is, and I and there's this weird moment where like everyone's like, wait, what are your eyes trying to tell me? Like, are we about to like someone's just gonna meld out of the crowd and shadows, but standing between us and go Kumite? Like I thought like this isn't there's something weird going on here, and I don't know. I just started noticing that more and more. Like I need to figure out something to do with the top half of my face, because smiling like I can't do the rock thing. So
John Belushi. Can't do the John Belushi.
No.
Oh yeah, you gotta get that.
Hey, no. I can do ears. I can.
There you go. Smile.
But I
that
can't.
is
But
weird.
I can't. Yeah, my grandpa taught me like the.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do like one at a time.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Like I can do that, but I can't do eyebrows and.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's significant enough. It picks it up against the background. That's crazy.
Yeah. That is the Haz-Matt's hidden talent.
I can. Yeah. There you go. I can move my ears. Yeah.
Hey.
I wish I could do like the alfalfa ones that could like curl like an elbow flap or something. But no, I need to figure out some way to like not piss people off.
Just show Shaka. Just show Shaka, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shows up. Give him
I gotta do that more or something. I've also been told that I do like a bad shaka. Like for a long time I did this, like the full-fledged and sometimes with the twist.
Full commit,
the full like you're making a fist but not those two fingers, like those things.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I forget who it was, told me it's like, oh, you don't need to like that, like clench like that hard on it. And then I think it was Pu'unui who really started to define the whole, like, you know, it depends on where you're from, and they'll do different ones in different places. And I don't know why, but I saw someone do it and I picked it up where it's just that. Like, it's not really any, it's just, and so every now and then I'll do like that. And people will think that oh, he's from Kailua or something like that. Like, I'm like, isn't it funny that that's the one I got? I only lived in Kailua for like a year and a half. I don't really have claims to anywhere.
There's an Anohea.
I just want to do the Korean one, the heart.
The heart one.
The mini heart shaka. Oh wait, no, the mini shaka is that, right?
Yeah, you got to put the right.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Anyway.
Kailua.
Yeah.
Kailua. Oh, you're from Kailua. Like what? Kailua shaka. Is that the Kailua or the Hawaii Kai?
Yeah.
Hawaii Low. Like Hawaii Low Ridge. Like,
I know that sounds like it looks familiar to the Merchant Street shaka too, bro.
Whoa.
I feel like there's a certain universalness to that shaka. I don't know.
Looking like Merchant Street a little bit right there, bro. Watch out. Watch out when you drop that one, bro.
Yeah. About 10 years ago, that was the Kuhio shaka.
I know.
Shaka too.
A little bit,
they
bro.
kind of cleaned that up. Like,
I
had a weird thought. Like right before the pandemic kicked in, we were still able to drive and walk around. I was driving around with one of my friends, and we both were like, "There's no hookers here anymore." And I actually stopped, and I was like, that's true. I didn't realize that. It was just this weird realization because, man, Kuhio used to be like Times Square almost. Like it had that kind of a feel to it. And then they like whatever cleanup efforts they did. I think it was mostly just the fact that they turned International Marketplace into something so high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But man, I used to live down in Waikiki, and that was entertainment. Not like purchasing a hooker, but like
just
went down because I was too broke. No, but I would go down there and like hang out and talk to them. They were some of the most fascinating people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Like they were one of them. I was out there when I was like trying to do my homework. I was still in school, but I was just sitting out there because I didn't have cable. So I'm like reading a book and taking some notes. She's like, "Oh, what are you reading?" I'm like, "Oh, this and this and this." And she's like, "Oh, that's cool." I did this, like the way I went about studying was like this and this and this. I was like, "Cool, what'd you study?" And she's like, "Oh, I got a master's in political science from Arizona State." I'm like, "Yep."
Oh.
Okay. Like, you know, like, it was just amazing. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So, and you got to start asking questions like, "Can I ask what brought you here?" And they're like, "No, it's just money, but mostly it's like it's just fascinating." And then one of them did the most amazing thing. As she and I were talking.
Said, "Watch this. Hold my purse and hold my gold."
Let me tell you what happened next.
Did it happen in the bedroom or something?
No. But she was like, "Wait
a minute, It's out in public.
This was out on the street in public." So she was like, "Check this out. See that family?" And I look over. And it's a husband and wife and like 2 kids. And she's like, "Okay, stand about 10 feet away from me and watch. They're going to pass. He's going to look back." And I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yep." So I go and I stand like, 10 feet away or so. And I'm just off reading my book or whatever. But I'm like trying to like watch what's happening.
Yeah.
So the family passes. And as they're getting closer, the husband starts to fall a couple steps behind. And they keep walking, and he turns around and looks at her. And I'm like, "How do you know that?" And she's like, "You just learn it after a while." Now, here's the crazy part. 15 minutes. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" 15 minutes. So I'm like, "Okay, whatever." We go about, we're talking or whatever, and I go back to reading and doing whatever. And she's like, "Hey." And I look up, and a cab comes up, and the husband is in the cab, and they take off. And I was like,
wow.
How do you just the level of not magic, just the idea of like the social understanding and of weird, like, because it's not like she was like, "Hey," I mean, she didn't have to, right? The clothes, I guess, do the selling, but it was just like, how do you see that in somebody? and just know. It was crazy. I took that in a weird direction. I'm sorry. I just needed to tell the story.
No, that's
no.
cool.
It was weird, but
I
they
think
were some
that
of the
was,
most fascinating people I've ever met.
I think that's an interest, like you said, I think it's an interesting, not social experiment, but like the level of social intelligence somebody has from, you know,
Yeah.
you would say the same thing though, if it was somebody else like reading, just kind of, well, I guess she was selling something, but like, you know, anybody else who has interpersonal communication, whether it's like retail sale or what have you, like you kind of know.
Kind of
just
engage
from,
it there now. Yeah.
And it's
there's no way
probably
for me to not
amplified by
explain
the
this
fact
without
that
having a, you know, spin to it. But I was going to say the right experience. Nope. That's no. Okay. Well, there's no way to not say that without coming across weird, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the interpersonal communication, the sales craft, and then just the fact that it's, I mean, if we're being totally honest, it's also probably a safety measure.
Yeah.
You need to recognize certain things about people just to gauge where you can go and not go and where you'll be safe.
Sure.
Right.
And also too, you probably wouldn't know if she's undercover. You know,
That's the other part.
Yeah.
That's the other part.
Yeah.
When you're undercover, you got to know all these kind of, you know, tactics and whatnots and what have yous.
Yeah.
To get them to, you know.
Yep.
Do a little,
I knew a guy for a while who worked with HPD who was recruited because he looked so like fresh off the boat tourist, even though he'd lived here for years and years and years. He looked so fresh off the boat tourist that as soon as he got through academy, they're like, no one's seen you in a uniform. You're going vice. And his job was to go around and like see which girls were selling and blah, 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 blah. And he did it for like a couple of months. And he was like, I feel like shit doing this because they're just out here doing it. They're not like bad people. They're not trying to hurt.
Right.
Like, and like at some point he was just like, I can't do this. I feel horrible doing this. And I was like, that's the other interesting end of things that I'd love to talk to so many people. Here's a spin just to bring it all back around. That is something that I really wanted to do and never could do on radio, was that I wanted to talk to, like, I got to do things like locally sourced, which is like, hey, let's build up brands and let's build up entrepreneurs out there. But I also wanted to do like a real talk story with very specific people on topics from different angles. And I was like, I don't know how you would do that on an alternative station, but
wasn't there a thing that I-94 did back in the day like that?
I have no idea.
Real talk,
honestly,
or
no
like
idea.
I forgot what it was. There was like it was almost like a, not Scared Straight, but like that kind of thing where it was like a very like kind of, I guess it put a more edgy spin on what you're talking about, because I understand where you're coming from, because it's interesting to learn about people who usually don't get a voice, is kind of what I'm gathering, right? But this one was kind of sort of like that, but it was like street talk or something like along those lines.
That's what it was.
Street talk?
Yeah, it was called street talk. I remember that.
So I feel like that actually would be an interesting, you know, well, venue. I don't know how often or what kind of rules, parameters. I'd be into something like that. That'd be
okay.
An
in my head, I'm
learn.
already creating the opening credits for that YouTube show.
Perfect.
And it's got a very 90s like style where it's like street talk.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know? Yeah.
Like old Dare.
We're
stuff.
on it. We're on it. We got this.
Yeah.
Rex Kwando.
Rex Kwando.
You think
I'm a loser? I go home to Starla every night.
Who wants to get roundhouse in the head with a guy wearing pants like these?
He's got those American flag Zuba pants on or whatever.
Huh?
God.
Throw a punch at me. No, you got to come for the front. Throw a punch at me for the front.
Oh, my God. That's some of my favorite stuff from Cobra Kai, where he's just like, there's a deleted scene. So I'm not spoiling anything with this, but there's a deleted scene where he's like, where Johnny's walking around and in front of these other stores, and he sees one and it says Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And he looks inside and it's just guys rolling around doing their grapples and stuff like that. And he's just like, and then some guys walk up and he's like, you do this shit? And they're like, what? He's like, no one needs this crap. You're not going to be rolling around on the ground. You need to throw how to punch. You need to know how to kick. And then the guy comes out. And it's the teacher and it's like a couple of his students. And the teacher he's like white Latino or something like that. And then one of the students is black. And it's very funny because there's this scene where he's just like, "Are you trying to poach my students?" He's like, "No, man, I'm just trying to say they don't need this sissy shit." he's like, "What the hell are you trying to say? They need some good old-fashioned all-American karate." And it's just, it's funny just like that. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, "Get the fuck," and there's like, and it's like, oh yeah. And then they both square up, like, you know, jiu-jitsu guys like gets in the position, Johnny like gets in the full-on karate stance, and then this police car goes whoop whoop from the side, and they're like, "You're lucky," and they both walk away, and he's like, and the jiu-jitsu guy's like, "Yeah, you better get out of here," and then one of his students goes, "You tell him, Master Steve," or something like that, but it's the black guy who says, "You tell him, Master Steve," and Steve's like, "Maybe just Steve." Like, it's so funny. It's so funny the way that it's done. And I'm just watching that scene like, why was that cut? That was hysterically funny. Like, every part of that was funny.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
It's all-American karate.
Like William Zabka. He's a good actor. That guy is
good.
Legit funny, man.
Yeah.
Zabka's a good actor, man.
My homework list is Cobra Kai.
Yes.
And Bill and Ted 3.
Seasons.
Bill and Ted 3.
And then Bill and Ted 3. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
And if you want to do running up refreshers to any of those things, you cannot leave out the next Karate Kid. You can't.
Really? Okay.
It's not a good movie, but it's also part of it. It's the Miyagi verse, damn it.
The Miyagi verse.
Plus, that's when the music stopped. That's when the music is no longer like over the top ballads.
Oh.
Yeah.
For your mama.
I have some Peter Cetera PTSD.
Oh,
I feel that way
yeah.
about like Smokey and the Bandit. Like, I love Smokey and the Bandit 3 because they have a lot of boobs in it.
But no Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, no. I actually, you know what? It did have Burt Reynolds at the
Well,
end.
there's that. Yeah, just that cameo.
Like 2 minutes, but
Yeah.
But Karate Kid's kind of like that, so it's cool.
Well, part two is my favorite Karate Kid, no matter what. That still is hilarious. Just the fact you look up, you look out like, where's what was that? Something Tommy Village, and then as you're looking out, there's like freaking like Chinaman's hat right there. You're like, okay.
I was gonna say, and Hawaii.
And Hawaii.
It's funny because while you're just saying that, because I was like, you can't leave out next Karate Kid, and my girlfriend says, you know, we didn't watch the other one with Jaden, and I was like, that's not Miyagi verse, that's not real Karate Kid.
I was about to say,
it's not. I'm sorry. They could have called that Kung Fu Kid. They could have done whatever they wanted to do it. It was fine to retell the story, but not Miyagi verse.
No.
So there you go.
Pat Morita will kick.
Yeah.
Whoever the hell was Miyagi's ass.
Jackie
Chan? No, Jackie Chan's. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm not taking anything away from Jaden Smith. I just was like, no. I just like the movie just over. I was like, no.
Just call it something else.
I forgot he was Miyagi. I'm sorry.
Could have called it Kung Fu Hustle Jr. It's all good.
Something. All right, so there we go.
You know, or Drunken Student probably didn't go over
well. Drunken Student did it probably. No.
We tested that in several markets, and it just didn't fly.
It didn't fly. Yeah, it didn't stick.
Enter the Drunken Student. Not quite. No.
Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big Trouble, Little Jaden. No.
Dude, I gotta go back and watch Big Trouble. They took that off Netflix, and I'm I need that movie on hand. I might just have to break down and buy the digital version because
you gotta have Jack Burton, man.
One of the greatest movies of all time.
They should never, ever. I'm gonna add another ever in there.
Ever
remake that.
Ever?
No.
Ever. Never ever.
Oh.
I saw something about where they were planning on it with either The Rock or Chris Pratt or something like that.
No.
And they were talking about it, and like so many people were like, "Don't do that." That it became like I think it was like that or Jumanji, and Jumanji ended up happening, and they were like, don't you dare remake it. They're like, all right, we'll do a sequel, and it's like,
I was happy.
Actually, the Jumanji movies were decent.
The
Jumanji
Those movies were better than they had any right to be, honestly.
Yeah, they were actually.
I honestly enjoyed those.
Yeah.
I was happy that they kind of throw in the Robin Williams thing in the first one. You know,
Yeah.
where they're like, you know, whatever Paris was here. Like, okay, they had a little
hat tip,
you know, that was awesome, but I didn't. I would rather have David Allen Greer and in Jumanji. That's my Jumanji. You know,
so. The shoe factory. He broke the shoe factory.
Yeah.
So wait.
But they never mentioned Zathura in the new Jumanji. Like, what the hell? You just deny your brother?
Yep, yeah, exactly. Okay, but going back to real quick, this is my whole thing. Okay, so Jumanji, right? The first one, the two kids. So at what point in their life do they remember all the Jumanji stuff happening? It's like as soon as they're born and can speak, it's like, oh crap, we remember going through all this crazy stuff down the road.
Yeah, you know what?
How do they remember all that Jumanji stuff happening?
Yeah, I that thought entered my brain too, and then it came out because.
Yeah, I was always curious. Like, how did it?
Was that Lewis Black line from one of his stand-up? It's like, if you don't think about that for too hard. If you think about that for more than 3 minutes, blood will just come out your ear.
If it weren't for my horse, I wouldn't have
spent that year in college.
Every time I go to IHOP, I have to do that whole shtick about I need a hot of coffee, and I drink it down. And like, God damn, I need some pancakes. I need to use all the syrups.
That finger thing that he does is awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought of that too, man. Like, when did the kids think about Jumanji? Because when Robin Williams and the other one, they were still kids and they remember it.
So I'm like,
that's true.
Like you get birth, next thing you know, you remember all this traumatic stuff happening that you never went through. Like,
exactly.
Your baby screams and cries more than usual. What's going on?
What's your first word?
You just reached level 4.
Jumanji!
Who rolled the 1? Ah!
Oh
God.
Yeah, Jumanji.
I think that'll be the next, whatever topic. Like, what movies shouldn't they ever?
There's a whole slew of them.
Remake.
A whole slew.
Okay, everybody. That's the other homework. Think about that. Because I put it. Big Trouble in Little China for me, 100%.
Yeah.
I love that movie so much.
Leave it. Just leave it. Yeah.
It was a perfect film. It was basically a perfect film.
Yeah.
Because in the sense that it was not designed to be a perfect film.
No.
But it's just so good.
No. You leave Jack Burton alone.
You leave him alone. We're indebted to him.
Chinese black magic.
That guy from
the Black Blood of the Earth?
Yeah, Tremors.
You mean oil? I mean black blood of the earth.
Blood of the earth.
Graboids.
Friggin' six demon bag.
The video game Ghost Fight? That was so good.
Yeah.
You are not put upon this earth to get it, Mr. Burton.
I know. Walked around. Me and my friends walked around elementary school doing this all day. You know what I mean? That's all we did.
I think as an ALTcast, we should do that to each other when we see each other. When we say, "See you, dude."
Well, I think we've got some homework and some topic for the next show. Then, shall we wrap this one up?
Yes.
Sounds
all right, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, we never did introductions. Hi, I'm Haz-Matt.
Hi, 720.
Shawn.
Hi, I'm Greg, and bye.
Yeah, bye. All right, guys. All right.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one, guys. I'll see you next time.
All right, guys. Shoot.
Later. There you go. Episode 4 of the ALTcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yes, we will have more coming for you very soon. Please, I got to do the YouTube sellout here. Like, subscribe, comment, click the bell, and do other things. Yeah, just hang out with us more, all right? Cool. To the next of many. Aloha.